The young monk Kai knelt before his master, Elder Wu, frustration simmering within him. For 3 years, Kai had diligently followed the rigorous routines of the monastery, mastering calligraphy, chanting, and meditation. Yet Elder Wu, a man renowned for his wisdom, remained largely silent, offering cryptic smiles and fleeting nods in response to Kai's eager questions. Kai yearned for guidance, for the profound teachings he believed his master possessed. He felt like a thirsty man staring at a well, unable to draw the water he desperately needed. One day, unable to contain his impatience any longer, Kai finally blurted out his question. "Master, why your silence? I crave wisdom, yet your answers are merely echoes in the mountain air." Elder Wu remained still, his gaze fixed on a distant peak. The wind whispered through the pines, carrying with it the scent of rain. After a long pause, Elder Wu finally spoke, his voice as soft as the falling rain. "Patience, Kai. The mountain speaks in silence. The river teaches without words. True wisdom is not found in the clamor of the tongue, but in the stillness of the heart. You seek answers, but you have yet to learn how to listen." Kai felt a pang of shame. He had been so focused on receiving answers that he hadn't truly listened to the whispers of nature, the lessons embedded in the daily rituals, the subtle wisdom in the master's very presence. He had been too busy speaking to hear. Elder Wu gestured towards the serene garden outside the monastery. "Observe," he said. "The bamboo sways gently in the breeze. It does not resist. It bends, yet it does not break. Learn from its flexibility. Learn to listen to the wind, to the rain, to the silence. In that stillness, you will find the answers you seek." Kai spent the next few days meditating in the garden. He watched the sun rise and set, the clouds drift across the sky. He listened to the rustling leaves, the chirping crickets, the quiet rhythm of his own breath. He began to notice the subtle nuances, the interconnectedness of all things. The silence was no longer empty. It was filled with a profound wisdom that transcended words. He started to understand the master's silence wasn't an absence of teaching, but a different way of teaching, a way that required patience, observation, and a willingness to listen deeply. Weeks turned into months. Kai's frustration slowly melted away, replaced by a quiet understanding. He learned to find peace in the stillness, to discover wisdom in the silence. He realized that the master's silence wasn't a lack of teaching, but rather a profound invitation to listen to the world, to himself, and to the quiet wisdom that resided within. One day he again knelt before Elder Wu, but this time his heart was full, not of frustration, but of gratitude. He didn't need to ask for answers. He already possessed them. Elder Wu smiled, a knowing smile that spoke volumes without uttering a single word.